Hello YouTube, as my usual habit is, I've started early. I'm going to share screen. As you can see from the title, the Jesuits, why don't or won't pastors mention the Jesuits? Right, I'm going to share the screen. Hold on. Yeah, this is Spencer Smith's video, which I have watched about 2 hours 20 minutes, so there's only another 20 minutes of it to go. Beg your pardon. Alright, I'll try and share screen again. It's not coming up. Right, looks so it's on screen now. Right, it is. Right, listen to this. He does go on about the rise of the female preacher. Obviously, that's in the title. Gaia worship, I don't agree with any of it. Female preachers, definite no-no. Unless they're preaching to younger women or children. I made a comment here to Spencer Smith. Obviously, he didn't reply to it. Somebody else did. Aren't the Jesuits and the Freemasons the same thing? Masons with a different name? Well, I suppose you could argue that. The Jesuits created the top so-called 20 levels of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. My comment here says the Jesuits run Freemasonry. They actually wrote the top 20 levels of Scottish Rite. Check out Eric John Phelps at VaticanAssassins.org. He's also on YouTube. Somebody's awake to this, obviously, and Fauci boasted of on an interview how much good 9 years in Jesuit schools did for him on YouTube. One of their mottos, the ends justify the means. I mean, you can read that there. I might enlarge the screen just so you can read it. I'm not going to start reading all of this out. I'll put a link to this video so you can, I don't know, perhaps make a comment yourself. That's up to you. JFK also warned of the New World Order. I would disagree with that, although it's true, but not 100% true. I mean, the Jesuits are behind the New World Order. I'm not playing about with nuances here, but I believe, because I've heard John F. Kennedy's speech 2 or 3 times, actually. I'm 100% convinced that he was actually warning about the Jesuit order. I don't have a link to that JFK speech. It's around. It's easy to find.
I'm just here to be listening to it. It says my boys love.
Want it to. Sorry about that. Yeah, apologies for that. Fauci, Biden, Trump, director, etc., all Jesuit trained. I could give you a long list of the Jesuits that are running things in America. Not so easy to do in England, funnily enough. I don't know why. I have searched. I mean, there are Jesuit schools, if you can call them that, in this country. Jesuit, or what you call them, schools. They have. I do believe that they're involved with Oxford University. I don't know about Cambridge. It would be really great if somebody in the USA could do a search on it, because I'm suspicious that anybody in England can't find out that much about the Jesuits, the Jesuit influence in this country. I think it might be easier for somebody in the USA or a different country to find out about the Jesuits in England. As crazy as that sounds, I don't know. I mean, I have looked. obviously so-called Lord Rothschild. He's a Catholic and a Jewish guy. His family are Jewish. That's okay, you know. But he is a banker for the Jesuits, but he's actually British. Not exactly royalty, but he's. They call him. I mean, he was given that so-called title Lord by the Queen of England. I think it's an inherited title. I'm not sure. But this guy, Spencer Smith, I do have a lot of respect for him. I haven't heard any false teaching from him. I have posted some of his videos to my channel from time to time. But seriously though, and I don't want to be picky and pick fault and all that sort of thing, how can you mention Freemasonry without bringing the Jesuits, the Jesuit order into the conversation? If you're going to do a full thing on Freemasonry, I don't think you could do it, especially Scottish Rite, which he does mention in this video. Perhaps he does know about the Jesuits, but he doesn't mention them in this. I've listened to nearly 2.5 hours of this 2-hour 40-minute video. But there you go, a minor point. I'll put the link to this video in there, in the chat. Up to you what you do with that. I'm going to stop screen now. I don't think I'm going to finish watching that video really, because they're just having a bit of a... Now, it's easy enough to find stuff on the Jesuit order. It's not difficult. Seriously, it's easy. I mean, without wishing to state the obvious, just do a Google search. I usually type in Jesuit evil, Catholic abuse, and things like that. I've done thousands of tweets, a lot. I mean, more than, actually, believe it or not, over the last 10 years. I've done about 20,000 tweets on the Jesuits, Catholic abuse, and other stuff. I could prove it. I'm not going to bother. I don't care whether you believe that or not. I've got no reason to lie about it. I'll share this screen. Adolf Hitler and the Jesuit order. Hopefully it'll come up. Let's have a look. Oh, I'll have to do it again. What's going on here? I wonder what that notification was. Ah, there it is. I'll put a link. It's a short link. Go have a look. Just copy that. Adolf Hitler and the Jesuit order. So-called Pope Pius XII. I'll put the link in the comment section. There we go. Check that out. Up to you what you do with it. But really the point I'm making is it isn't difficult to find out about the Jesuits, what they've been up to. You can get this PDF free, Secret History of the Jesuits. I know a channel that's got those PDFs on there. It's got a PDF to the Secret History of the Jesuits. And, oh, what's the other one? I'll go and have a quick look in a minute. But anyway, oh yeah, the two Babylons PDF he's got. I wish you'd break some of this up into paragraphs. It makes it easier to read. Right, I'm gonna The link's in there, so I'm going to close this screen. Right, as I say, the point I'm making is it's so easy to find out stuff about the Jesuits. I haven't checked all these websites out thoroughly. I probably should do, actually. Evil Jesuit to deliver invocation for Biden. Let's try and share it. I don't know, I'm having a problem sharing screen this morning. Let's see. There we go. Right. I put a link to that in there in the chat. There we are. I'll stop sharing screen on that. See, I mean, it didn't take me 5 minutes to get these links. These find these websites and stuff with information on the Jesuits. I'll put a link in here. I'm not 100% keen on this website, although you can get downloads of Scourby reading the King James Bible. But they've got bits of information. You can follow through on some of the stuff that they've done on there. I'll get the link. Here we go. World's Last Chance website. I have heard their SDA, Seventh-day Adventist, I'm not sure. But there is some useful stuff on this website. I've got no reason to believe that they would lie about what the Jesuits are. As I say, I'm not 100% keen on World's Last Chance, other than the fact that you can download audio Bible, King James, of course. There's another website here. What's it called? Towards a Better Understanding. See, some of these websites might not be 100% sort of Bible believing. Yeah, it's on screen. See, the thing is, I haven't read through all this. It would take too long for me to do it. I don't think they're giving that much information on here. I'll put a link in anyway. You do have to cross-check things. Make sure you're getting the genuine info. I wouldn't mislead you purposely. I'm just saying that you can't trust everything you see on the internet, obviously. But the point I'm going to get to, that's the search thing I use. I've done that. I'm going to put the link to this in, I'll check. Because I can always put it in again, it doesn't matter too much. No, I didn't. So there you go. I'll share this page. Oh, why did it do that? You'll have to excuse the background noise. I can't do anything about my neighbours. It's not too loud, but Catholic Confidential, deplorable Jesuit secrets revealed. Well, there's Bergoglio, the paedophile enabler from Argentina, given the Freemasonic sign there with his hidden hand. An extremely evil organisation. Lafayette, he was involved in the American Civil War, I believe. Wasn't he? I believe so. Anyway, if you Google most of your American senators, you'll find out, with Trump, Biden, Director of CIA, Director of FBI, the author of the so-called Patriot Act, and as I said earlier, John F. Kennedy. Why they've got Charles Spurgeon on there, I don't know. What on earth is that about? Let's see. Oh, come on. What happened there with me? Hold on. What's going on here? Oh, I tell you what, I'm just going to put a link in there. I don't know if any of you have got any ideas why it was scroll like that. Didn't even touch anything. Unless this website's just a mess. I think perhaps Spurgeon did expose the Jesuit order. There's nothing dodgy about that guy. No way. But, who knows? I've never heard anybody refer to Spurgeon as Jesuit. I don't know what happened. Yeah, our ancient enemies have small belief in our common sense if they imagine that we shall ever be able to trust them. Right, that's okay. I don't know what happened there with my mouse. I didn't press the center thingy. But as I say, I'll put a link to this. I'm going to get to the point I'm making in a minute. Please bear with me. I'm not the best at doing videos and stuff. Okay. I'll get rid of that tab. Now, I did have some links to videos. On the internet, it's buffering. I've got 1 bar on the internet. Let me just refresh. Oh, I got another bar. Now, Max Bauer, I don't have a problem with him personally. He's a very likable guy, you know. I saw one of his videos, part of it. He was going on about Hebrew roots. I'll be back in a sec. He was going on about Hebrew roots, and he has done something to expose Catholicism. Search on YouTube I did. This is a search that I did. I just typed in Catholic. Okay, hopefully you'll see that on screen. Right. You can see that. Max Bauer 6 years ago. Max Bauer 6 years ago. 6 years ago. 6 years ago. 5 years ago. 3 years ago. Oh, well, it's improving a bit. Six years ago. Walter Veith, Seventh-day Adventist. I'm not a Seventh-day Adventist. I don't have anything to do with it, but Walter Veith has come out with some excellent stuff. Other people that I've got a basic amount of respect for say that he does tell the truth on the Jesuits. I don't enjoy listening to him personally. Oh yeah, Max has done a video on the Trinity and the Lord of Glory. Jacob Thompson. Oh, he got 500 views out of it. Book of Relief was going to do a video exposing Jacob Thompson's book. He's obviously changed his mind. But it's a long time since Max Bauer has done anything on the Catholic, the Whore of Babylon. But that is also true of Ed Fenninger. I did do a search on Edward PF123's channel, and let's do a search. Is Ed Fenninger a Catholic? Oh, I put an extra 2 in accidentally. Here it is.
Good morning. In this video, I want to deal with the
I'm doing a video later about Edward PF. I think, I'm not sure I can be bothered, to be honest with you, to respond to his video. He doesn't like being contradicted when somebody points out the foolishness of him referring to Shepherd's ambassador as a sound teacher. The man's a liar. I don't mean Edward PF, although you could call him that. I'm on about Shepherd's ambassador. Do you want Roman Catholic titles in your King James Bible?
Good afternoon. In this video, I'm going to show you that if you have a King James Bible with the titles in it that match the Roman Catholic Bible, you have a corrupt King James Bible. And that's what they've done. Here's an NIV, and here's a modern Catholic Bible. The titles match. They do the exact same thing. They've got the Book of Hosea, the Book of Obadiah, Book of Micah, Zephaniah, the Book of Zephaniah, all the same thing they have in there. The Book of Habakkuk, Malachi, the Book of Malachi, just like the Roman Catholics have it. And then instead of Saint Matthew, Saint Mark, Saint Luke, Saint John, they moved the word Saint out of there, just like the Roman Catholics do. And then if you go to, of course, they remove all the subscriptions from Romans and First Corinthians and 2
5 years
Corinthians.
ago, by the way.
Subscriptions are gone, just like the Roman Catholic Bible. And then, of course, we go to the Book of Hebrews. Go to the Book of Hebrews.
Yeah, well, you can go and watch that yourself. Yeah, I've come across Dan Corner. So now Ed is calling Brian Denlinger a Catholic.
Good afternoon.
But I don't think Ed has done anything to expose Roman Catholicism for what it is, the Whore of Babylon.
This is where you get the rapture from. Latin Vulgate is in 1 Thessalonians 4. They have 6.
This is ridiculous, really.
P. Moore.
Even though I'm not happy with Brian Denlinger and his crew, mainly his crew and some of the videos that Brian Denlinger's done, there's no way on earth you could call Brian Denlinger a Catholic, really. No. He's done a lot to expose Catholic Mary, the Whore of Babylon. He's done stuff on pre-trib proofs. The Catholics are what's that word now? And other things. Oh, his Catholic books arrived. Amazing, because Ed is an ex-Catholic, apparently. I mean, I would object, me personally, to buying a book like that. The church, so-called, teaches. And this other book, I don't know what that one is. Somebody probably recognises it. Because when you buy a book written by a Roman Catholic, guess where your money goes? It goes to a Roman Catholic. Now, if you find a second-hand book for 50 cents in a second-hand bookshop or used books shop or whatever, yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it, perhaps. The other point I may as well make while I'm at it is that Accountable KJV, he bought a book called, what was it now, Critical Thinking, but it was written by a Roman Catholic nun. And he bought a book, I think, about the Jesuits, written by a Jesuit. So I don't like to use the word guess, but guess where that money went to. It went to a Roman Catholic nun, and his other book that he bought about Jesuits, written by a Jesuit, his money went to a Jesuit. I mean, why would you buy a book on critical thinking? Think about the incongruity of it. Why would you buy a book on critical thinking written by a Roman Catholic nun? He is Accountable KJV. who, I mean, the silly person, I don't understand why he's doing it. It's probably just personal, I don't know. I'm not sure I care. Or do I? No, not really. I mean, you know, he believes what he believes. He called John Craggan a Jesuit, faithful servants of Christ. Aaron Deering called us both Jesuits. Accountable KJV consistently, well, basically slanders me as well, calling me a Jesuit. Intermingled in his videos, they've been pointed out to me. Other people do listen to his garbage. I mean, what he does with his so-called sermons, and I have made this point before, I do apologise for being a tad boring. Right in the middle of his so-called preaching, or towards the end, he'll have a jibe at me, calling me a Jesuit. The man's a disgusting individual, a liar, essentially. Anyway, that's Accountable KJV. There's his email address. But he does have the Two Babylons PDF, the Secreta Moneta PDF, the Jesuit Oath of Office, the Coronavirus Patent, Fox's Book of Martyrs PDF, Secret History of the Jesuits PDF, 31611 KJV PDF, which we'll have a quick look at. Is that link broken? Oh no, it's not.
Oh boy.
I don't listen to you, thank you. Not really. Now, if you go to Accountable KJV's channel for yourself, you can see, you can get those links. I'm not going to post his links on my channel. I don't want to contaminate it, even though you'll get the truth from these PDFs. What's this, BibleBelievers.org? I think that might be Brian Denlinger's website. Is it? Oh no. Yep. Check those links out if you're really interested. Ed Benninger doesn't really do anything to expose Roman Catholicism as the whore of Babylon. Neither does Max Bauer. Just delete that tab. I could do an expose on Jacob Thompson's book. That would mean reading all that garbage. I did go to I got the PDF of it. I did a word search on it, looked for the word saved, and yeah, right enough, at the end of the book, you're not saved unless you've read this and blah blah, and you get to the end and you still disagree, something like that. I do forget, you know. What's this one? Yeah, that's not quite correct, that. But I mean, he has, but he's done a very lightweight thing on it. I've done hundreds of videos. I used to have a WordPress website. I had 1,000 followers on it. I think I did about, how many posts did I do? 2,000 or 3,000 posts. And the battery on the laptop, I forgot to plug in the power socket. I've done more than 15,000 tweets, not that it proves anything. 15,000 tweets, more than that actually, on Roman Catholicism, about the Jesuit Inquisition of abortion, abuse, their false teaching, the Jesuits and Hitler and the Muslims, all sorts of stuff. Organisations where they're covering up, they're giving Catholic so-called priests a new identity in an organisation called Opus Bono Sacerdoti. I can see one person watching there. If you want to come in and comment, if you've got something to say, please come in. Yeah, Shepherd's ambassador. I would say avoid him like the plague. He's got it into his head. He's absolutely convinced in his own putrid mind that he's some sort of pastor. I've never acknowledged that. Not that my word or opinion counts for anything particularly. He's quite a nasty individual on the sly, really. And so are the women that putrid videos. Or putrid might be a bit strong. Presuming to warn me about what channel I visit. What does he think he is? I mean, the guy can't even stop himself lying about others. Watchman D, John Craggan, me, misrepresenting either what we've said or the points that we've made, non sequitur. Give you an example. I said that he'd been sucked in by a Philippine scam. I genuinely believe that, still do. And I may only get one bar on the internet. The connection's not very good. And then he accused me of being racist, and I haven't got any problem with Philippine people at all, in the slightest. I don't know any, I've never met any. I know a brother in Christ who's married to a Filipino woman, a King James Bible believing Christian, as he is. I've got no problem with it. I've no problem with interracial marriage either. Not at all. So yeah, that's the problem when you express an opinion or a strong belief, if you want to call it that. People can still sort of play about with your words, lie about what your intent was in what you said. And frankly, that is a bit boring, you know. It's annoying, I think. So, Tony, I really think you need to come out of the pig pen. Stop throwing mud. Perhaps I can be accused of throwing mud today, I don't know. Probably. Andrew Hartley, you're blocked. Your comment was blocked. I didn't even read it. You are a spiteful individual, I think. I mean, you made a comment to me some months ago. I never had a problem with you. I didn't have anything against you. I don't know anything about you. But you made an insinuating comment at me. I said, you don't know me at all. None of you have ever met me. How you Fenningerites can carry on, in the way that you are doing, thinking that you're doing a godly thing. I don't know. But come out of the pig pen. Stop throwing mud. Don't lie about people. And don't make assumptions about people. You're not in a position to make assumptions. When I got, if you could call, I mean, I was never part of the Brian Denlinger crew. I used to talk to quite a few of them. Divisive inerrantist, who said that he believed King's Table and Jason are saved. Tim Connon, Accountable KJV, hundreds of hours with him. 982, a couple of hundred hours of discussions with him. Who else? John Cragen, Aaron Deering, I can't think of any others. And they were all kicking in the teeth. Jeff Allen has realised what the Denlinger crew is like. Praise God. Excellent brother. People like this. People like that. And Brian Denlinger's not Catholic. I mean, come on. This clown here, I've never had a conversation with him. Him on the right, Philip Newton. This guy, quite patronising, really. Tried to Catholicize the King James Bible. I blocked him faster than you can think. Jacob Thompson and his skanky book. This clown here, Accountable KJV. And here is a picture of Shepherd's ambassador's nemesis. Oops. Yeah, Shepherd's ambassador. He is an expert at doubling down on stupid, really. Thinks he's a pastor. Whoa, hello. Welcome to the sheepfold. Protecting the sheep. Yeah, who's going to protect people from you while you're in that mess there in your pig pen? Get saved, Tony. And I'm serious. Absolutely serious. Anyway, I'm going to go in a minute, I think. I have got another video I'm going to be doing, another stream I'm going to be doing later. I think, is it worth answering Ed Penninger? I don't know. Well, there you go. I mean, I'll be doing a live stream later. I think I'm going to respond anyway. I'm not keen on these response videos because it just ends up in a never-ending response attack or defense or whatever you want to call it. How on earth, oh, I'm going to make that point later anyway. I do hope you'll check out the links in the chat. They should show up within a short period of time once this stream has ended. Yeah, my main point is, if you're going to go on about Freemasonry, don't ignore the Jesuit term. How can you without mentioning the Jesuits? Let's just have a look at Edward PF123's channel again.
Good morning.
Yeah, right. Go on. See, look at this. See, this is the point I was making just a minute ago. And it's up to him what he does with channel. I always say that. I don't care, particularly. I've got an email. I'm just going to check that, see what that is. What that's about. Oh, it's only that. Just make sure that's up on screen still. Right, here we go. Up to, oh no, it was up to 2 weeks ago. Jack Smack 77. Jack Smack 77. Jack Smack 77. And again here. Right, and again. How many videos? Let me just count. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 videos on Jack Smack 77. Probably more. Clarence Larkin, I've read a couple of his books. I was going to buy his book on dispensationalism, dealing with trolls. So the trolls, are they? Can I assume this? When they disagree with you, Ed, unless they're being rude and nasty, like some of your followers. Oh, there's Deborah Gill again, 2 months ago. Adam Hartley putting his poison in with his giggly emoticons, thumbs up, which is okay. I mean, in the sense of he's got a perfect right to do that. Yeah, well, he's got problems with Brian Denlinger, well, so have I. But Adam Hartley, you're no bee's knees at biblical doctrine, certainly not in godly behaviour. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, of course I'm not, but I mean, this guy, Adam Hartley, sorry, I said Andrew, didn't I? Adam Hartley. I mean, he will make a comment at you. He doesn't know anything about you. He's only taken, I'm assuming, other people's opinion of you or whatever it is, and he'll fire insinuating comments at you. I mean, I had Jason saying, "Oh, because you've got a criminal record, we haven't. Nah, 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 nah. That makes me better than you." Yeah. I mean, let's think. Oh, they've got a real problem with critical mass at the moment. I don't know why. I don't understand the argument. This was, how long ago did this video get done? Oh, that's only a couple of weeks ago, March. But since then, they've done a lot of videos against critical mass for whatever reason. None of my business really. I've heard them saying stuff about them, but the women will dive in, as they did on Watchman Dee's channel. You know. I mean, I read some of Linda Edmondson's comments on the live streams that Watchman D did, right? Some of the stuff I read that she'd posted comments on there, absolutely disgusting. I personally think, I know I blocked Adam Hartley yesterday. I mean, he's just nasty. And I sort of, not regretted it, but I thought, hold on, I should have left his snot up there for other people to read. And I think it might have been a better thing, in my opinion, just leaving these people's comments up so they can see the vitriol and nastiness and accusing garbage that they come out with. And it's not funny, but I mean, why is it always the women? The worst. I mean, I when I was in a live stream, well, not a live stream, I had a conversation in a live stream studio with Deborah Gill. Very nice lady, very nice to talk to. Thoroughly enjoyed a conversation with her. Very pleasant person, you know. And then I read some of her most recent comments. Okay, it was a month ago, and I did comment to her, and I've got no resentment towards her, right? But some of the insinuating stuff that she wrote about me and John Cragen, and then Shepherd's ambassador warning me about the nastiness of Smoky Saint. Now, I don't. I am subscribed to Smoky Saint's channel because he is interesting. Not keen on some of the swearing and stuff. But that's not continual. I was in there. Tony, Shepherd's ambassador, was in there. In what Shepherd's ambassador would, in his mind anyway, describe as a pig pen. And yet he's in the pig pen trying to warn me about not coming into the pig pen. What cheek. Seriously. And the presumption of it, I mean, it just beggars belief. Now, Tony, he could easily, because when Smoky Saint does a live stream, you know, he puts a link to come into the studio right under the comments, under the actual video itself. And I mean, anybody could turn up and come into his studio. Now, Tony could have gone into Smoky Saint's studio and said, you know, blah, blah. Not that I believe Tony's a Christian, right? I genuinely don't. And had a conversation with Smokey about his horrendous behaviour. Right. And then sort of, left it at that. But he took it upon himself to try and tell me, oh, you need to be careful about this stream, while he's in the middle of the stream, as it were, in the chat. Telling me, like I'm naive or something. The guy is preposterously stupid. But what does he... I'm not sure what he thinks he is, really. I did say yesterday it was the last time I was going to mention him. I think it is. I'm bored already. Why does Ed Fenninger have to do so? I mean, the point I made earlier is I don't like doing these response videos because you end up doing about 14 or 15 on it. In fact, I'm going to... Hopefully it still shows. I'm going to type in Jack Smash. 77, isn't it? Is it? Yeah. See how many videos he's done on him. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20. 30, 31, 32, 35, 36, 38, 39, 39 videos on Jack Smack. I mean, how many times do you need to do it, really? "39 videos on Jack Smack." I'm not getting into that. No thanks. Now, I can see that there's 3 people watching. Let me just see. 2 on YouTube, 1 on Twitch. Tony, if you're listening, you need to repent. You need to get saved. I think you've got sort of cultural Christianity. You think because you were born into a Christian family, assuming they were Christian, that makes you a Christian. It doesn't. And as I said, you need to leave this behind, leave the pig pen. Yeah, stop being a pig. Reevaluate your so-called pastorship. Crikey. I mean, I can't bear your videos, really. The introduction, Pom Radio. I mean, it just sounds so... it just sounds... Oh. Bogging. Creep. Right. I think that's it, really. I can see two of you there. One on Twitch. That's probably Linda Edmondson. One on my channel. If you want to come in and chat, you're more than welcome. There's only a couple of people blocked. I'm going after this piece of music, and then there's a countdown. If you make a comment, I'll come in and answer or respond to it. So here we go.